This is Asta. If you played Star Rail long enough past the prologue, you'll know who she is. She's the first character you'll pull in the game, and will be the only Harmony character you'll have until Yukong. Generally, Harmony characters are supports who buff your team in numerous ways. In Asta's case, she revolves around charging stacks, which she accumulates as she does damage to different targets. With a maximum of 5 stacks, the entire team has increased bonus damage percentage for each one. If the enemy is weak to fire, she'll gain twice the stack. At around Trace level 6, this starts becoming pretty impactful. Generally, her only real role is to build up those stacks and maintain them as long as possible. You usually find people running the Messenger set alongside the Fleet of the Ageless Planner ornament. There isn't much to it aside from that, but that's where you're wrong. There is another way to play her, but are you ready to handle it? May I introduce you to the Thief of Shooting Meteor and Kingdom of Banditry Planner sets. Yep, that's right, we're doing things the cool way, the break effect way. To the people that probably never use these, allow me to explain. Thief of Shooting Meteor comes in 2 abilities based on how many you have equipped. Increases break effect 20% and increases the wearer's break effect by 16%. When the wearer inflicts weakness break on an enemy, regenerates 3 energy. In short, with all 4 equipped, you'll have a total of 36% break effect alongside the 3 energy regen upon break. That doesn't sound all too great, and sure, you'd be right, but we're not done just yet. Don't forget we still have a planner ornament. Kingdom of Banditry comes in with the following effect. Increases the wearer's break effect by 16%. When the wearer's speed reaches 145 or higher, the wearer's break effect increases by an extra 20%. So now we're at a total of 52% break effect, and Asta's ult is the only one so far that grants a large speed bonus for 2 turns, so it's about 72%. Sounds sweet, but would you believe that we're not done? Because now comes the juicy part. Introducing substats. These are the small stat bonuses you'll see on your relic sets. A big reason as to why building crit teams is a huge investment in this game is because you need to ensure that you have both substats as much as possible. On top of having to grind for crit rate / damage relics, you need to also ensure that leveling up your relics gives you a boost in set substats as well. This is what makes break effect so much more enticing. Aside from being a main stat in your link ropes, you only have to worry about getting 1 substat. In regards to that link rope, the highest you'll get from a 5-star is 64.8%. So we're sitting around 116.8% or 117% rounded up. The best part is that having around 90 to 100% is enough. Of course, if you're like me, you go the extra mile. So we have the percentage. Are we ready to go? Not quite yet. You see, break effect takes your level as part of its damage calculations. Break is separated into 2 categories, break damage and break debuff. Instead, damage or fire is calculated by this formula, 2 times level multiplier times max toughness multiplier of the target. This ties with physical for the highest break damage among all the elements. But what about level multipliers? Let's compare 60 and 70 as an example. At level 60, your level multiplier is 1640.3068, while at level 70, it jumps up to 2659.6406. As you can see, this is a pretty big jump, and the increase in tens matters a lot. Unlike crit, your level scales with break, making it even more of a cost-effective investment. So are we finally ready? Just one more thing. Light cones. In Asta's case, one in particular. Memories of the Past is a Harmony light cone that, at superimposed level 1, grants 28% break effect. On top of that, the wearer gains 4 energy when attacking. If you have it and want to have some more fun, go for it. But if you don't, then the usual ones she has are fine. At long last, we're ready. Asta's skill is key to our strategy. Meteor Storm deals damage up to 4 times on any random assortment of enemies. Much like Sampo, she can break down toughness much faster than other characters. Of course, most fights are in groups. Even then, if you can isolate the target, you're golden. If you're at E1 with her, it's even better as Meteor Storm now hits an additional time. And because her ult grants a speed boost, you'll be keeping up with enemies at higher ascension levels. A usual comp I go for with Break Asta is making sure I have a Preservation and Abundance unit on my team. Harmony Taunt is the 3rd highest in the game, so it's usually likely they'll be hit. Be sure your Asta is well protected because even with a healer, it's not a guarantee they'll live every time. Your last slot is your flex pick, most likely a sub DPS or AoE to ensure that there's only 1 enemy left to ensure full Meteor Storm coverage. In my case, I just ended up using Silverwolf. I just enjoy giving weakness break. Plus, the defense reduction overall scales with break damage as well. As you can imagine, regular enemies take decent amounts of damage, even against treasure chest elites as well. But what about Forgotten Hall? Well, I'm glad to let you know that I actually did test this in the early stages of Memory of Chaos as well. Pretty nice actually. When it came to specific enemies, hitting them with Asta essentially nearly killed most of the grunts at once, allowing me to just hyper-focus on the elites. Along with Preservation MC and Silverwolf, I was able to whittle down the toughness fast enough to matter. Lobocha is also a godsend in this mode. Don't even get me started on Simulated Universe. That was just a fun little power trip. Seeing the toughness be reduced to nothing, followed up by that sweet damage, is nothing more than pure catharticism. I made sure to run this both on the Hunt and Nihility Pass. The Hunt Pass just let me abuse the speed, while Nihility abused my break effect to Kingdom Come. 10 out of 10, I highly recommend the experience. Thanks for watching the video. If you've made it this far, be sure to subscribe to the channel. I always have a guaranteed video every 2 weeks. If you want to be based and follow the passive break, be sure to also like the video as well. It'll really help me out. We also have a community Discord where we can hang out and chill. All in all, thanks again, and I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day.